All right, here we are on Spinal Stenosis 2.0 at LOPT. It's been about 6 years since I did 1.0, had many fine responses, and I want to answer some of those questions as we go over some of the more advanced exercises. There's 3 things we were unable to get in that first session for spinal stenosis. Now we know what spinal stenosis is. Stenosis medically just means narrowing. That means the nerves that come out of your back are narrowed down, and as we age, that has a tendency then to make that smaller. And with our posture, sometimes going into extension too much will make that space smaller. When we flex over, it goes 25% bigger. When it goes backwards, it goes as much as 33% smaller, according to research. So what we want to do is open that space, get the pressure off the nerve. As you saw in the 1.0 video, the first one, and if you haven't seen that one, please go back to that and review those exercises. These are the more advanced ones to go with that. We want to strengthen our tone. We want to stretch the hip flexors right here, this iliopsoas muscle that runs from your thigh and connects to the inside of your back, which makes your back arch a little too much. So we want to try to get that good and flexible because we sit too much with stenosis. And then the third thing we want to do is try to get a little more vigorous stretch too. So the first exercise we're going to do is basically a deeper stretch. I'm going to ask Sandy, because one of the requests was, put someone on that is about our age. And you know, our generation, we love YouTube, don't we? We're on that YouTube channel all the time. So here we go. We're going to rotate your hand here, and twist for me. Sandy, that's perfect. And then in that position, I want you to, once you twist and are up, I want you to bend forward over your leg. And what that does, it stretches this area right here, your quadratus laborum muscle, your latissimus dorsi, and it opens up this side. So if your leg is hurting on this side or your back pain, we'd want to rotate this way, twist, and forward bend. We would hold this for about 45 seconds to a minute, and then back up. Very good. And then we'll do the same thing the other way. Twist, she rotates. I'm going to just step around here, and she's going to go back down here, just like that. Very good. Perfect form. That looks excellent, okay? So right now with this, a new stretch that's a little bit more vigorous. The next thing we're going to do, Sandy, is try to strengthen your core. And there's 2 exercises that are real easy to do to strengthen your core. We're going to sit with good posture. So we're going to slump down, round out, sit up on your tailbone as far as you can, and get about halfway neutral. And in that position, we're going to alternate our opposite leg and arm about 90 degrees like this, nice and slow. Let's go ahead and try that. Good. Let's try to keep your elbows perfectly straight. It's a little bit more vigorous. Excellent. Just like this. And you might do this, for about 10 to 15 reps to start with. This is a great core exercise here and also helps your back extensors, just like that. Good. A second one you can do, again in that neutral position, is basically isometric. So what you're going to do is lift one leg up and press your hand against that leg and hold it for a count of 5. Deep breath in, deep breath out, just like that, and back down. And then the other one, lift up, hold, deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. And then sometimes you can press on the outside of your leg as you lift up, press out, deep breath in, deep breath out, and then the other one, okay? We'll go to the inside of the leg, deep breath in, and deep breath out. And again, till you feel some fatigue in your abdominal muscles there. The last exercise we want to get for spinal stenosis is called your hip flexors, and that is the iliopsoas muscle, which is right in here. It's very important. It's kind of hard to get in sitting, but there are 2 ways of getting that. So I'm going to ask Sandy to rotate here for me, and she's going to rotate in the chair, bring this leg back. This is the one we're going to stretch right here. She's going to round out. She's going to kind of come forward just a little bit like that and stretch, leaning forward to try to get that hip flexor right here that way. If you don't feel a stretch, then you're going to have to bring your leg back a little bit further, just like this if you don't feel a stretch. Or you can also bring this leg forward a little bit. What I like to do is put my hand on the knee, like this, kind of pelvic tilt, that arch that thing so you feel that pull right in there. That's a great way to stretch your hip flexors. Again, big, strong muscle. Need to do it for a good minute, I would say, just like that. Deep breaths in and out, probably 6 or 7 breaths, pretty deep, okay? The second way that we showed is in standing. Can you stand up for me, Sandy? That's perfect. Okay, in this way, if you can do this and your balance is good enough, this is even more effective. Go ahead and put your foot up here. She's going to put her foot up on the chair, that's right. Steps back like this. This is perfect. This looks really good. She's going to come up like this, put her hand again on her knee. Well, let's do that. One hand here, one hand there. Stabilize. This leg comes back. She leans forward like this. And again, the stretch should be right in front of your leg here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Very good. All right, and again for about a minute. All right, let's go ahead and we'll sit down. I did get a few questions on this too, and basically one is, do I do this if my leg hurts, or do I do it every day, or anything that would increase your leg pain you would not want to do. So just hold off on any exercises that causes leg pain. Number 2 is, yes, you should do them every day. Stenosis is something that's managed, it's not cured, just needs to be done regularly. The whole treatment thing shouldn't last you more than 10 minutes to stretch on a daily basis. It's a great way to kind of manage your symptoms. There is a difference between spondylolisthesis, which is a big word, which means a slippage of a vertebrae, one on top of another. But a spondylolisthesis does cause stenosis. There's a lot of causes for it. That was another question that had come up from the first video. Very good. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully there will be a Spinal Stenosis 3.0 when it's necessary. Thanks.